What up, gents? What's going on? I am your host, Sean C, and today I'm going to tell you all the things I did to raise my credit score over 200 points. I actually raised it by 230 points to be exact. My credit score went from 574 to 804. That's right. I have a perfect credit score. A perfect credit score. Now, if you want to learn more about how you can level up, then make sure you stay to the end of this video. I have some great resources for you that are going to help you. On this channel, it is my intention to show you everything that I am doing, everything that I have done to live a life of health, debt freedom, financial independence, travel, and just all around living my best life. So if that journey interests you, hit that subscribe button. Take this journey with me and let's get started. Now, the first thing I have to tell you as a disclaimer, I am not a financial advisor, but I'm going to tell you that the steps that I took is unique to my situation. You should consult with your financial advisor about your specific situation. Additional resources and the articles that I use and reference in this video are going to be linked down below. First step, I used a credit repair agency to help my credit situation. Now, this step isn't necessary to raise your credit. In all actuality, with more study, more time, I could have probably just did it all myself. It cost me probably about $100 a month for me to do and use their service. I used them for 6 months. So what? It cost me about $600. In the first 2 months of using the credit repair agency, my credit went from 574 to approximately 630 points. That's a change of 56 points. A month later, I was at about the 650 to 660 range. Now that's a 76 to 86 point change. Now that's almost at the good credit range of 670 points. Now the way this credit agency was able to raise my credit score so much in only a few months was they were able to dispute several items on my credit and remove a few items that should have been removed a long time ago. Again, you could do this on your own. Next, once I began this process of fixing my credit, it became more important than ever to make sure that I was no longer late on paying my bills, especially those tied to credit, lending, and or my credit cards. Paying your bills on time accounts for 35% of your credit score. That is the largest percentage of your credit score, making sure that your bills are paid on time. I'm trying to stress that to you. Now, let me tell you that paying your bills on time isn't enough. If you're paying just the minimum payment, I do not believe that is a recipe to raise your credit. So what I would do is whenever I would budget pretty well for the month, or I came across some extra money, right? Say your stimulus or whatever you get, whatever little extra money you get, take that money, pay a little bit extra towards your credit and or your savings. And that is the best way that I have found that I saw my credit score increase. Quick story. My credit card started off as a $300 limit. So the biggest card that I have started off only with $300. Today, that limit is over 35 times the amount. I would opt to pay my balance in full on a monthly basis with this $300 card. As I did this, the credit card company would increase my credit limit. My theory was, they weren't making any money off of me when I would pay my credit balance off, so they figured, hey, let's raise it. When your credit available increases with your balance remaining the same, your credit score will eventually increase. But we'll talk about that more in a minute. I'm never late on my bills, okay? So a tip for you all is I utilize my phone to the max. In my phone is a calendar of everything that I owe, every bill that I owe. So if you have a problem with paying your bills on time, I suggest you use any auto pay features that they have. But if you're not, make sure that you set yourself up well to make sure that you know when it is time to pay your bills. When the alert pops up on my phone, I promptly pay the bill right when it happens. I also set the time when the alert goes off, the most likely time that I can get up and pay that bill. Now it's just automatic. When I wake up, I check my phone and the calendar. If there's a bill due, I pay it right then and there. By paying your bills on time, again, it is the largest chunk of your credit. The next thing you must concentrate on is your credit utilization. In Instead of using debt to income, as credit agencies used to focus on, they now look at your credit utilization. This means they look at the amount of credit you have as an outstanding balance and compare it with the amount of credit that is available to you. Credit utilization is 30% of your credit score. As a rule of thumb, you should keep your credit utilization at 10% or less. People that are great with credit usually keep theirs less than 7%. But if you want to improve your credit scores, never go over 30% credit utilization if you can help it. Now I want you all to understand something. Now I've had to use my credit cards from time to time in times of need. We all do. Sometimes we have that emergency that just pops up. Okay? However, I either had a plan to pay it off completely or just to pay a little bit more on it. The other thing I do is if I'm not using my credit card, I lock that thing away. Okay, this is what I used to do. I would lock my credit card away so there was no way for me to use it. And I just forget it's there while I'm still paying it down. Part of what I'm telling you about raising your credit score is also about becoming debt-free, which should be your goal. And last, I got lucky. The worst credit card I own is the one that helped my credit the most. I started paying my balance on time, and regularly on the card I have the most late fees with. Eventually I was doing so well with this card, the card company raised my credit limit and I didn't even know it. Remember we talked about credit utilization? That means that went down and my credit score went up even more. This same card is my longest line of credit. I never use this card. However, I can't get rid of it. I've had it so long, it's raising the length of credit for every other line of credit I have. If you have an old credit card, make sure that you aren't getting charged any crazy maintenance fees, but you can't get rid of it. That card could be the one thing that's holding your fragile credit score together. If you want to learn more about how you can reduce your debt at a very rapid rate, I'm going to introduce a term to you that you may or may not know called velocity banking. So up here, I'm going to put a tag to a video of a young man. His name is Denzel Napoleon Rodriguez. And this guy breaks it down simply how you can use velocity banking in order to become debt-free. If you're interested in retiring on a budget where you can retire cheaper than you thought, then stick around to the end of this video. I have the perfect video for you where I tell you about my top 5 places that I intend to retire first. If you like that, what you see, what you hear, hit that subscribe button. And the last thing I need you to do, live your best life.